Albert Schweitzer was a man who really truly showed his religious beliefs in his life. He wasn't just someone who claimed to be a Christian, he really showed it by his actions throughout his life. And according to James C. Howell, Schweitzer decided that he was going to advocate the things he believed in the terms of his life that he lived and what he did. So instead of just talking about Jesus Christ and his faith, he was going to prove it through his actions and show others how his faith impacted his life and how it impacted how he acted and what he did. And he had been reading about some mission work in Congo and was really moved by the need that the Africans had for medical care, because it was almost really non-existent and it just wasn't very good. And so he felt that he had a calling to go help these people. And so he resigned from his faculty position in theology and put his music career off to the side and enrolled as a medical student so that he could go help these people. And he was 30 years old when he did this. And this is astonishing to some because that's getting close through halfway through your age. And he had a set career and his life was just on track for him doing well, and he was enjoying what he was doing, and he was walking away from his fame and his future, and his colleagues were shocked by this, and his father was really devastated by his decision that he made to end the careers he had. And this really shows how strong his faith was and how he really showed it in his life, because spreading Christianity and helping others was so important to him that he was willing to change his careers that he already had in place in the middle of his life, even though others didn't approve of what he did or were shocked by what he did. According to the Nobel Prize website, in 1913 he obtained his medical degree and founded a hospital in Lambaréné, which is a French equatorial in Africa. But in 1917, him and his wife were sent to a French internment camp as prisoners of war. And when they were finally released in 1918, Schweitzer then spent the next 6 years in Europe, preaching in his old church, giving lectures and concerts, taking medical courses, and writing several small books. And this is something that really shows how his faith was so strong and how it made him such a strong person, because this is such a horrific event that him and his wife went through as being prisoners of war. Most people would be so horrified by this event that they just would maybe shut down or wouldn't even want to continue on the path that they had chosen. They'd want to change their career because that shows how dangerous it could be for them. And he did not let that shake his faith or what he believed in doing, which is helping others and spreading Christianity. He decided to just keep going right after he was released as a prisoner of war. He really showed his faith by his actions, especially at Lambaréné, at the hospital he had founded. He was not only a doctor and surgeon at the hospital, he was also a pastor of the congregation. He was administrator of a village, superintendent of buildings and grounds, wrote many scholarly books. It was a commentator on contemporary history, was a musician, and he was a host to many visitors in Lambaréné. And that just really shows how he really played his life through Christianity. He let that be the factor in really determining his decisions, and that's what he believed in, and he was being a selfless, God-loving person and wanting to really share his faith with others and care for others. I am also a Christian, and how that's reflected in my life plan is in several ways. Christianity places an importance of having good morals. The 12 commandments would be an example. So thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not commit adultery. Also, the Bible talks about being compassionate towards others, being selfless, helping others, going out of your way like the Good Samaritan, and being kind to others too. And this has just played a big role of who I have become as a person. I was raised in a Christian home, and so these morals were really instilled into me at a very young age. I grew up in churches, and my parents were strong believers, and so they really made sure that I knew the importance of having these good morals. And these helped me also to make better life decisions. I'm not saying I don't ever make any not good decisions, because I definitely do that sometimes, where I may not make the best decision, but I know that I'll be forgiven of any sinful actions I do, and I try to do my best to make the best decisions in life. My faith has also taught me to be a hard worker. Again, my parents instilled in me at a young age of having a very good work ethic, and that was something that was always very important to me and still is. And employers really value people who have good work ethics and good morals. And this has allowed me to get promotions in every single job I have had, because I work hard, I make sure to follow the rules, I really show that I care about what I'm doing. And how my faith also plays a role in my critical thinking is it has taught me to be forgiving and accepting of others, even if they don't have the same beliefs and values I do. And it's taught me to be open-minded, because we are supposed to love everyone as Christians, even if they're not Christian, if they're an atheist, whatever religion they are, whatever beliefs they have, we are still supposed to love them as Jesus loved everyone else. And so that's taught me with my critical thinking skills to be able to see this side that others may have of their opinions and be open-minded to those and really hear them out and understand why they believe what they believe, even if I may not agree with them. And I can still be friends with someone who doesn't have the same beliefs as me. And it can hinder me sometimes, my faith, with being judgmental towards others who may not believe the same things I do, or if they're doing something sinful. But as I have gotten older, I don't do that as much as what I did when I was younger and more naive to things. I've gotten more mature in my ways and developed more critical thinking skills too, which has taught me not to judge others and to be able to hear people out and respect their decisions. So Christianity and my faith has played a very big role in my life, as well as it did in Albert Schweitzer's life.